I mean, what a time to be in the field of healthcare. Not only are we on the eve of the most sweeping federal legislation we've had in at least 30 years, maybe more than that, but even with the federal legislation, which is largely a coverage and finance, you've still got a system where costs are rising at 5 times the rate of wages. So unfortunately, as much as I applaud Obama's efforts and the federal government's efforts, it's still building on a rotten core, and it will collapse. I mean, young people are very smart. They see what's going on around them. When you're 16 in West Oakland, you know that the leading cause of death is homicide. Right. So why again go to Algebra 2 class? What's going on is not working.
Keeping one teen in detention costs $500,000 a year. And 75% of those released end up back in juvie.
I've seen and can tell that transformative life skills, and particularly the practice of mindfulness, creates a reflective capacity that can augment the effectiveness and penetration, effectiveness is really the best way, of traditional therapeutic practice. And now, that was my initial intake, was like, what a great companion to traditional psychotherapy. I'm now sort of migrating more towards what a great immersive experiential therapeutic model it could be in and of itself.
Transformative Life Skills is a mind-body-breath practice. I went with its founder, B.K. Bose, to the Juvenile Justice Center to check it out.
So also you never know if there's going to be
It's a simple thing of learning how to breathe and how to take some time between thought and action. There's 11 boys and 11 girls who are in this particular program, which we call a day treatment program. So we have yoga mats.
Yoga is about really shifting your consciousness and how you think and how you see yourself in the world and your potential and your capacity in the world. So people don't really associate that when they hear yoga. And I know I didn't when I first heard yoga, but after, practicing for many years, then I realized, wow, there's something that's really happening here. There's something that's happening inside of me.
You have a choice, your heart will know. You gotta look back sometime to know where to go. You have a voice, long as you live. It's never too small, whatever you've got to give.
This idea that there's actually a recovery model, very similar to the way that if you get early onset diabetes, I mean, I think the chronic disease model is now migrating into the world of behavioral health, and thank God.
What if we could actually reach, large numbers of the most vulnerable kids, and then starting to see beyond the individual cognitive shift, looking at, organizational and then, community shifts.
A lot of the youth that I work with have a lot of things going on in their lives, and yoga allows them to be more centered and to calm down and be able to step back from a situation before making a quick decision that could get them in trouble.
It makes me into a calm setting in my mind.
It can help you with your emotions. Keeps us focused. You can breathe and inhale to do your homework and your schoolwork.
Yeah. I do yoga to gain strength, lose weight.
It makes my mind feel strong.
There's been this upswell in the community here as well of people saying, I think we've had enough of the old model. Innovation and out-of-the-box thinking is critical. Our charter schools are built on what we call our 4 program elements. And we definitely believe that the base of it is transformative life skills.
is a skill that reconnects people at a time when connections are being lost.
Today I was extremely touched with the discussion of adolescents who've been in gangs around other kids who they may have fought with earlier is really pretty profound. You know, and there's no amount of talk therapy that's probably going to get them to that place.
We take some of the day, perhaps the morning half, to look inwards and to understand how we can develop this practice. And then in the second half, we explore how to take it out into the world around us, changing ourselves so we can change the world around us.
Just people's behavioral and emotional regulation that's happening as a result of these interventions, the outcomes are really quite impressive.
BK and his staff have certified over 200 TLS teachers who teach over 2,000 people every week in Alameda County. In the process, they're transforming education, behavioral health, whole environments, and a generation. It's a new model for behavioral health. It's changing the game by changing the field we operate in. Transformative Life Skills, Systemic Change for People and Communities Under Stress.